Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and in this video here I'm going to be talking about a base location in the Great Desert that I have found. So I've searched a lot of this zone, and this is, in my opinion, probably the best location to set up a base. There's a decent amount of iron and copper nodes here. The fertility is low, the water is low, but that's pretty common all over the Great Desert. And this location is also close to Stowe. It's close to Sho-battai, close to Haft. It'll be close to Hang down here. And honestly, I've not found a better location for this. It's very close to all of the major cities. It's got more than enough resources for you as far as metal is concerned. So let me show you. Over here we have my iron deposits. There are 3 iron deposits here, despite the fact that it looks like there's only one. You got this little one on the ground right here. You got this bigger one there, and then you have this other one over here. So you got lots and lots and lots of iron deposits, as you can see. I'll make it mine. Over here you have some copper deposits. I have these 2 copper deposits. These have kind of low efficiency, which is kind of unfortunate for them being copper deposits. However, you don't really need that much copper. All you need it for is electrical components, more or less. Eventually you can do copper alloys as well, but more or less you just need it for the electrical components. And you don't even need a lot of it for the copper alloy when you do make it. Copper alloy is pretty niche. It's not used for much. So as far as the base is shaped, you can see my base is shaped a little bit weird. Depending on how many resources you want to incorporate into your base, that'll determine how you're going to shape it. You can see I wanted to incorporate this iron down there and that copper up there. However, I could have made the base like a little bit out, I guess more like starfishy, and made it go out here to incorporate this copper node, because this copper node is just chilling out here. Or I could have, if I wanted to incorporate more iron, there's more iron nodes over here that I could hit up. There's also more iron nodes over here that I could incorporate into the base. There's also more copper nodes over here. So really, this location, you don't even have to make it in this exact location. You could basically make your base in like an amalgamation in really any shape you want it in this area. However you want to incorporate these iron and copper nodes into your base design, you're welcome to. One thing that is worth mentioning though is you should kind of make the entrance to your base kind of like a kill box like this, as you see mine is. So whenever raids show up at your base, you have them all come into this one area, and then your turret guys unleash hell on them, basically. And that'll make it a lot easier for dealing with base raids. As far as base raids go here, you're going to be getting sand ninjas, you're going to be getting slave raiders, although the slave raiders may turn around and leave your base if it's well enough fortified. You can usually tell if it's well enough fortified based on what your map icon is. My map icon is not good enough. You need the city map icon for them to turn around and dip. And I think you get that depending on how many buildings you have in your base and how many turrets you have. Those are the 2 main flags for getting the city icon. I probably don't have high enough tech level yet, so it's probably I probably would need to wait in order to upgrade my tech level and upgrade my turrets in order to get better ones. So my main goals with this base, a little off topic, but my main goals are to maximize profits with skeleton repair kits and electrical components. I have 2 skeleton repair benches over here. I also have 2 characters working full-time on crossbow bolts because I'm going to be using some crossbow characters. But I want these characters to be working full-time making nothing but skeleton repair kits. Well, technically they're making the materials first to get skeleton repair kits, then making the skeleton repair kits. One character is working on presses and motors and robotics components plus skeletal muscles. The other one is working on basically all of the same things, just I'm mixing in skeleton repair kits. So you'll notice this character is making double motors and presses and only 1 robotic component and skeleton muscles. And there's a reason I'm doing it specifically like that. It's because I feel as if characters get stuck if you don't have them make double the amount of motors and presses. Eventually, I will eat through all of the motors and presses because I'll remove the double from the list and just go with the normal amount. But usually this helps them alleviate getting stuck initially. So as far as, let me show you the stats for this zone. So the stats for this zone are as follows. It's 100%, technically 200% arid, which no, that will not give you benefits when growing crops here. Like when you're growing cactuses here, it won't give you like double the yields because it's 100% arid, 100% arid. I don't know why it's like that. It just is. As far as the wind, you can see it says 13.4 miles per hour. In my experience, the wind here very, very rarely slows down. It's usually always blowing. And it does taper off sometimes, but it's usually always blowing like full throttle, and you're usually able to get all of the power you want from wind. You don't need a generator at this base. As you can see, the water is only 10%. The water here is very, very sucky. Fertility here is not that bad depending on where you look. You can see like these little areas before this sand dune right here. This has decent fertility if I wanted to grow in this area right here. Though I don't really want to grow anything at this base because the fertility is just too low. It's going to be basically a waste of my character's time to mine and grow anything. Stone, as you can see, it's very, very good in some places, not good in other places. Just make your stone mine in a place where it's good, and you're basically good to go. Iron, you can see here, based on this map, the iron is very clustered together in basically large groups. If you make your base around one of these iron clusters, you're basically good to go. Copper, as you can see, it's plentiful but spread out much more than iron. And that's really all there is that you need to know about this base. It is, like I said at the start, it's one of my favorite locations in the Great Desert, although I can't really say that I would recommend the Great Desert for anything other than a starter base. This is I would give it a decent rating as a starter base, especially if you're starting out in Empire territory, though I would recommend you make a base in Hang instead of here. As far as a endgame base, it just doesn't have enough food capacity or food production potential in order to be an endgame base. You need a base that is actually capable of making a lot of food for your team because you're going to be going through a lot of food. And this base just, it can't help you with that. So that's something you're going to have to keep in mind and work around. Aside from that, that's really all there is to it. Like I said before, my goal at this base is to maximize skeleton repair kit money and also electrical components. Any that we have left over extra, I will sell too. But basically, I'm just going to spend probably 50 to 75 days here in game, make hundreds of skeleton repair kits, and then I'm going to sell them at all the nearby towns, and then I'm going to move on and make a different base in a different location and do some exploring and stuff like that. But anyway, that's really all there is to it. Oh yeah, one last thing. You're going to be getting a lot of tax visits here, both from the United Cities as well as the Traders Guild, and you're also going to get bothered by trade caravans, both from nomads, both from the Traders Guild. I don't think any hivers will bother you here, but you're going to get a lot of base visits. Very, very, very frequently visited base. Like, let me show you my faction. You can see I got a lot going on. I have the United Heroes League coming here to beat me up because I missed their whatever caravan they brought here. They brought a caravan here to basically tell me that I needed to pay taxes, I think. And I kind of blew them off. Like, where is it? Right here. Traders Guild Diplomat. They wanted to... I was building a trade hub within Traders Guild jurisdiction, and that makes me subject to basically taxes. And I was alt-tabbed at the time, so nobody answered him, and he got a little pissed off at me. So what we're going to have to do is when they show up, we're either going to have to beat the shit out of them and then heal them so we don't suffer too much of a reputation loss, or we're going to have to leave our base and then let them run around, raid the base, and then come back to the base when they're all gone. We'll figure it out, though. It'll be a little bit of an inconvenience, but nothing as bad as living in the Holy Nation and being harassed by them on the daily. But anyway, that's really all there is to it. If I forgot anything, left anything out, or if you guys know a better location in the Great Desert than this one for building a base, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. If this video did help you out, be sure to leave me a like because that helps me out. Aside from that, though, I will catch you guys around in my next Kenshi video. Peace.